WIFTV-PM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the fact. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had internet naked on their body cam. Pressed the foot so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Get a 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You won't have to travel just to get it down. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. Sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. Need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blanco. When you really break it down, typical Chicago city full of gangsters. That's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put the Hellcat wheel on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. Enough to see a carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws getting minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System the milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show, live blowing up on a Tuesday. That's right, we are blowing up in this building. Oh, dang. Me twice with the double bomb, the bomb squad in the building. It is the Maze Jackson Show right here on Tuesday, October 18th. It's the 18th of October. It's not the first of the month. It's the end of the month. Already. It seemed like, all right, y'all, October. All right, so let me ask y'all a question. Because it is October. It is the month of Halloween. And I am thinking, like, I want to throw a little Halloween shindig. Now, I was thinking about throwing a Halloween shindig where you got to wear a real costume. Like, you can't wear no corner store. You can't wear no, like, the fake mask with the thing over your eyeballs and you can't breathe. No, I'm talking about, like, a real photo, like a real costumes. Everybody got to wear, like, real joints. Like, the kind you rent. Not the kind you buy, but the kind you got to rent because you got to be extra fresh. And I'm talking about having a photographer, right? So we can actually have like live scenes, like so the photo shoot be like superheroes and everybody having a party at the party, right? So imagine you roll up and it's like Superman, Black Superman at the bar. And he like got the real super, not the fake Superman, but like the real Batman costume.
You can buy them now.
Okay.
That's what they call it, and they cost a good like $50 for like the real one. You can buy it.
Nah, Riis, I'm talking about $100 costume rental.
Well, I mean, for the $50, I'm telling you, it's some real good costumes.
Okay, I don't want y'all coming up. Now look at here. You know y'all be wearing the superhero tights. You gotta wear like it. You gotta wear your support staff. You can't be just rolling up. Don't be around here trying to turn the Halloween party into the gray sweatpants party. No. I'm talking about like you go get you like you got the Thor with the real feathers on the hat. Right? You got a real hammer. You be like, man, pick this up. It's heavy. Then my man said Jay on the photography. Now, y'all seen he just got back from Africa. So, you know, he fresh off the safari photo shoot. He about to have his book release up at the Obsidian. You know what I'm saying? But we have, like, professional photographers. So, it'd be like then a video DJ. So, all the screens playing all your favorite videos from the 80s and 90s while the DJ mixing them, right? So you could be like, everybody from SWV to J. But look, the music stopping at 2010. It's stopping at 2010. You got everything up to 2010. Then, you know, some hors d'oeuvres, you know what I'm saying? But like, not like the kind where you be like, let me get enough. It'd be like the hors d'oeuvres with, you can't have a plate because you can't really eat a plate with your costume on. But you know, sometimes you're going to have a break like superheroes take a break so they can eat. That's part of the photo shoot, right? Then, now I'm trying to decide if it's too much if I get Danny Boy. Right? Because I'm reaching out to my man Danny Boy. You know, he got a new single. Riis, you need to pull up the new single. We need to drop it. We need to play that. We might have to get Danny Boy in here to do an official. We got to call the plug, the outlet. What? Plug it in. We know. I got 7 meters. What, y'all can't hear me?
Choppy. You was just choppy.
Oh, okay. Choppy, can you hear me now? All right. We might have to get some alcohol on that thing because it be going in and out. And I be messing around with it. Can you hear me now? Y'all good? You straight? All right, so then, I don't know, you think it'd be too much to have Danny Boy too? Because then I'm just talking about like with a live band. Right? You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, and we have like because there's a lot of people going to Dallas, right? So it's a lot of Bears fans. So I feel like we're going to be kind of left outish. So if we have us a good, you know, Halloween shindig, you know, we like, it's going to be right before Wakanda. We could turn into Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Black Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to do nothing though. But see, that's okay because Carrie was calling me yesterday like I need to go shopping because I need my costume. So it's October 18th. You think it's
wearing costumes to like movie releases?
I would do that I would.
Nah,
they did that.
My brother did it to like
they did it for
first Black Panther. Like
they did that for Black Panther.
Yeah, they went to like.
I know a lot of people who did it for Coming to America.
Yeah, for Coming to America.
I wish
a lot of people really did that too. Like I saw a lot of people them too. You're right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of people I did see Coming to America.
I feel like we could, like, you know, New Era gonna come as the Black Panthers, right? You know what I'm saying?
And everything.
Man, you should have seen us last year, though, for Halloween. Ruthie, me, Sonya, was it last year? 2 years ago. Sonya.
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago. Sonya she was a brown beret. We had the Black Panthers. We still got the free Huey sitting around this month. Anyway, y'all think it's too late to pull it off? Or you think we should try and pull it? Because I'm just saying, 2 weeks. That's not this Saturday, but next Saturday night, we can have us a humdinger of a party. Now, you know it's going to cost you about $50, though. But you can eat, drink, like, you know what I'm saying? All you want to drink. I'm just telling you. Superhero party. Y'all let me know if y'all down to come kick it. My man said already he getting all the special lenses. Costume links, video DJs, you give us your playlist, you hear your same favorite. You might dress up, but even if you come as 80s, 90s, your stuff gotta be legit, else we putting you out. I might even make a costume prize. Cause you know do black people dress up for Halloween? You know, I don't know. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Blowing up on this Tuesday. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, but I got my man DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling, man?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest, man. It's Tuesday. We getting the week good in there.
Tuesday, it's like
it's already
hump day.
It's already like the 18th, half the month gone.
Man.
You know. So you might look. We already thinking about Halloween. Right after Halloween is November. 2-3 weeks. You right at Thanksgiving. You might
Halloween. Then I got a wedding anniversary. So I go
man.
Halloween, wedding anniversary, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and yeah, man.
Then you do New Year's. And then
Yeah, I'm thinking about
birthday.
throwing a New Year's shindig too, like a New Year's shindig. I might do it at the Telly, like at a hotel. I got the new little spot. I'm thinking, man.
Well, the best part, though, is, you know what I'm saying, after you do all that for everybody at the end of January, the next month, you get to see how much they really loved you, you know what I'm saying?
I stopped looking for that. I be like, I stopped looking at that. You can't measure. I play on my own birthday, right? I got to play on my own birthday, because if I don't, I'd be like, don't get me started. You see, and the problem is with that is, and that's why I had to take that off the table. I can't allow measurements. I cannot compare what I feel. See, because it's like my junk be individual one-on-one and then it pile up, right? So if regular people just be like, all right, one, and I'd be like, but let me just say this. I was in the store. I don't remember what store I was in, but it was not a store that I would ordinarily be patronizing. And a dude in a mask walked up to me. He said, I know you. And I was like, shit. Oh, God. Because I was thinking, did I, and he was like, man, just keep on doing what you're doing, man. He said, I know you Maze Jackson. I know you catch a lot of hell, man, but you don't even know it be people listening. I'd be like, yeah, but do they be doing? Right? These people be out here like, oh, Maze trying to eat? Nah. It's okay, though. That's why I told y'all got till. Y'all better hope it's a runoff in the mayor's race. Let me not say what y'all better hope, because it has been nothing but my pleasure to be here with you. But as I can see the end of the light at the end of the tunnel, I just do feel like there was a message laid on my heart today that Tennille is going to make fun of me. And probably my mama would make fun of me, but I do feel like I had a message laid on my heart. And as I was asking the question, I was Googling, actually, because I wanted to read to you all a definition. And as I was researching for today's show, the answer of my question was going to be, why are we still choosing Barabbas? Do y'all remember Barabbas? The story of Barabbas in the Bible? So, remember Pontius Pilate? So I'm going to save this for after 6:30, and then we're going to talk about it at 7:30. But one of the things that I don't want to do, like, black people always choose Barabbas. Barabbas was Riis, Jesus was due to be crucified, and he was crucified with 3 people, right? And Pontius Pilate, who was the Roman governor at the time, did not want to make the choice to kill Jesus, and so he let the Israelites make the choice. And he said to them, I can give you your Christ, the guy who came in here last week that done fed you, that done turned water into wine. He done, y'all was praising him just last week when the Palm Sunday, y'all was like, he's the Messiah. I'll give him y'all. Y'all can have him, or you can have Barabbas, who's a thief, a murderer, a rapist. And the Israelites said, give us Barabbas. And Jesus didn't take the time to explain himself or anything like that. But it's like black people seem to always choose Barabbas. Like always. And I was looking for why is it. And today I had an epiphany, not an epiphany, but during the research came upon an article, and I'm going to share that with you. But we got a few things. Plus, don't forget, we got the ladies of Sigma Gamma Rho coming in today. How Ruthie managing the Sigma Gamma Rhos? As a Delta. How Sigma Gamma Rho's got a Delta manager? Ain't that deep, Riis? Like, they got a Delta manager / publicist. Am I getting us in trouble? Okay, let me stop. It's they sisters though. They sisters. So you know you gonna make sure your sister is straight. No matter what. All right, y'all. So this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Riis, let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. All right, let me run through some of these headlines. Duck, make a turn. Bank left, Riis. Hey, man, we got to dodge this snow, Joe. Hey, man, it was snowing yesterday.
About time. Now I feel like civilization is coming to normal. I keep trying to tell you, when I was growing up, it was cold. It was cold in October. I can't remember, like, in the last 10 years for sure, I walked outside on Christmas like it was a regular fall day. It'd probably be good to see, snow Christmas. Think about your last Christmas with snow.
Let it snow. That's Tennille. Tennille be like, people be mad at Tennille. Tennille be like, when it snow, because she a January baby. So she be like, oh, I love the snow. And black people be like, you tripping. Hey, man, y'all gonna learn to love the snow. I like fall. I just didn't make the transition. It snuck up on me. So I got to go get the fall clothes all the way out. But you know what I'm saying? I told you, I got the best clothes for fall anyway. Right? So, hey, man, Riis. I remember when they used to snow it does now still, in May. It'll still be snow. We'll get some snow in May now. It's gonna snow in July one of these days, Riis. We're gonna be alive for it to snow in July.
Summer don't even happen nowadays until July. Like,
right.
It'd be June 23rd and it still be 60 degrees. Like, what is going on?
Yes,
like,
man. 60 used to break in like April.
Man,
it used to be 60 in April. You used to be like, I don't have to wear this winter coat to school no more.
I don't even have like $100. I mean, like $100 degree weather no more. Like it used to be. Like it used to be hot in Chicago back in the day. Now you get like one or two, and that's it.
All right, y'all. So it snowed yesterday. Let me see what else I got. Did you hear the migrants are complaining of being mistreated, Riis, in the shelters in Humboldt Park? Said that they are yelling at them and taking their stuff and throwing it away. Now, you know how that work, right? You leave if your mama like my mama, you leave anything on the floor when she sleep, it's in the garbage, fam. Like, if it's on the floor when my mom sweeps, it's in the garbage. Now, you know they got their stuff all spread out. The black people trying to get their work done. You got your stuff all in the middle. Man, you better get this picked. They like, hey, man, you cannot be making. Let me stop. I don't want to go too far. But all I want to do is give a warning to the black people that I work. Because Riis, we work disproportionately at the shelter, at the social services places. And somebody a black person going to have an attitude if somebody just got here, got a crib, got a $5,000 budget, and they telling me to click, excuse me, could you turn the channel? Could you imagine you was at work, Riis, and somebody told you to turn the channel? The people just got here and they like, hey, man.
I'm about to get used to it.
Oh, nah, Joe. It's somebody, like, when I read that story, I said, please, oh, please don't let it be somebody black. They said they was cussing them out, throwing their stuff in the garbage. I was like, black people, please don't get caught with a hate crime for this. Please. We're over 3,000.
Did you just...
What?
What you just said was that?
Humboldt Park.
That's it right there.
Femo. They ain't doing it to their own people, though. Well, we saw, maybe, right? Because you saw, but I'm saying in Humboldt Park, black people got to go to work still. It's like if it's a social service agency, it's 2-to-1, it's a black person. I'm just telling you. At a shelter.
Yeah, but
Riis, at a shelter.
In Humboldt Park,
they won't tell us.
They will want a bilingual person.
Hey, man, this Chicago.
Especially dealing with what they,
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, show us. I only want to see the picture if it's not a black person. Okay. Let me just say that. You better get it. Okay. Let me see what else I got. Okay. Did y'all see the story in the paper about the progressives against Mayor Lightfoot? See, Diane, that's why they won't say the name of the shelter that it's at. Because y'all say, Diane, don't be acting like that. We are a welcoming city. Cut it out. Jesus. All right, Riis. The progressives are against Lightfoot. So they told each other, they said, we can fight, but we not fighting each other. Y'all beat up on Lightfoot. Do not beat up on each other because we need to get to the runoff without her. So, Riis, we're going to talk about the mayor situation and the power. This is where Mike Burries comes right on in. His plan fits perfectly, right? So we're going to talk about this in a minute. All right. With that in mind, Riis, with that, you know how progressives have kind of convened? I think it's time for us to convene Black Chicago. You know how people call in here and say, so I'm not, what I would like to say is we need to convene Black Chicago. But the Black Chicago that is not already on the existing team. Does that make sense? Like, if you already with, see, I feel like if you already with the mayor, then this meeting ain't for you. This meeting is for everybody else who feels like we ain't got nothing yet and what we gonna put on the table. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Hey, Riis. I took Ruthie's advice. I watched the Kanye. You did before they took it down.
I forgot. Oh, it took down now?
Riis, I was watching and they took it down while I was watching it. Okay. So I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I'm going to say that black people are madder at Kanye West than the Black Caucus. And in regards to the George Floyd situation, Kanye was incorrect. He was wrong. But I do think that if out of everything that he said, that the only thing that black people can pick out of that are the George Floyd comments, but are not mad at the Congressional Black Caucus, Congress, the United States of America, for passing absolutely no law to make any change after George Floyd, after the country went up, and you are madder at Kanye than you are at the Congressional Black Caucus, I would suggest that your feelings are misplaced. Because essentially, by passing or doing nothing, they essentially said that he didn't put his foot on his neck. Like, does that, maybe I'm crazy. But if the people elected to make a change to Riis, we swept a president into office over George Floyd. Right? Like, the Congressional Black Caucus, everybody talked about making a change to federal law so that George Floyd could never happen again. Riis, that didn't happen. As a matter of fact, for everything, we got nothing out of the George Floyd. I mean, we got diversity, equity, inclusion, don't get me wrong, but we got no change to law because of that. Now, I'm going to come back to this later because we are Barabbas again. So you listen, Barabbas. Why do black people continually choose Barabbas? We're going to talk about it. Did you see, they said, I saw a newspaper article from Lynn Sweet, and now I can never look at Lynn Sweet the same after watching the Gus Savage video, right? And them talking about how she was participatory, and then from the people on the north side who ran Gus Savage out, and she was talking about in the paper that all of the local Democrats lead in fundraising lead in fundraising, national fundraising, right? So I ran to look at the article because I want to know, how much did Jonathan raise? How much did Congressman Davis raise? How much did Robin Kelly raise, right? That she should have basically said the white Democrats lead in fundraising, because there was no mention of any black congressional member in that article. And it's like, one more time, but it's okay because, again, I'm not tripping. They're saying that Senator Hastings is being pushed to step down as his Republican opponent gets money flooded in. That'll be interesting to watch. And Riis, surprise, surprise, the Obamas were in town yesterday and they voted. They visited Chicago, and while they were on a visit to Chicago, they voted. There's something about that don't make sense to me, though. But we'll talk about that when we come back. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Want to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Byron, you got a nomination for the vice president of the phone club.
Say what?
Dang, Byron. Look, Tennille done nominated you for the vice president of the phone club. Riis has seconded. All those in favor of Byron being the vice president of the phone club signify by saying aye. Go once, going twice. And you are now officially the vice president of the phone club. So, Byron, we will be expecting to hear from you regularly. So you and Katie will have an exec board meeting and let us know the rules of engagement on the phone. And Riis is now in your number one fan club. But you got to remember whose show it is, Byron. Don't forget, because Riis will have you thinking, you know how these millennials will do.
I know who paid the bill. I know who paid the bill.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around. Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:42 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report as we head over to the Kennedy. Overhead to the Loop will be 27 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 21 on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange, 33 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 30. While the Eisenhower is 41 minutes. Thorndale to the Loop for 30 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 54 minutes. Outbound 31. The Bishop Ford I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 39 minutes. 32 minutes back out to I-80. While the Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson will be 10 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 7. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 8 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 37 and cloudy. Today would only be a high of 47 with a low of 36. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Tuesday. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
To the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, the God, doctor. Oh, God, to the grave, from the grave. Back to glory. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, the God, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, the God, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler. And shout out to Church Chicago. What's up with the Church Chicago, man? Y'all blowing. The people is hitting me in the inbox like, bring back Church Chicago. What? Huh?
My mom would say that every time. She said, I miss my church on Sunday so bad.
They say, hey, man, people been in my inbox talk about, bring back Church Chicago. Maze, I love your show, but I appreciate the inspiration. Yeah, look, man. Y'all trying to make me work again? See, I'm telling you, Church Chicago on Sundays. I'm almost there, y'all. I'm almost there. I'm almost, maybe for the holiday season. I feel like Church Chicago, I'm going to need a Church Chicago concert. I'm going to need a gospel brunch before I consider any of this. I'm going to need a gospel brunch at Obsidian on a Sunday morning. I'm going to need live on the stage, the Terrences. I'm going to need Angie to host it. Then I'm going to be like, I might be back. Then we might broadcast live from it. And then if we broadcast live from it, then I might feel a certain kind of way.
That's how you bring it back right there. That's how you bring it back.
I'm thinking about it. God's gonna turn it around. Now, let me tell you what. Let me say what's up to everybody from WBGX. That's why we play the song at the time that we do, because we bring in the Saints of WBGX 1570 AM. We want to thank you all for tuning in every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 AM. The Saints of WBGX. Now, we got early rising saints and sinners that get with us at 6 and stay till 9. They check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Tanil said, I cannot go to LinkedIn because they said I will be canceled for real forever. Because all the business people will be like, no, thank you. I'll be like, Dad, don't you think that's a great show? Anyway, it's okay. I'm all right. I feel a certain way, though. All right, so, yo. Did y'all see the news yesterday? The Obama slid into town. They slid into town. They appeared over, I think, somewhere in the vicinity of, I think probably South Shore Cultural Center, I think is where it was. Shout out to President Obama. Can I call him Barack and Michelle now? Like, shout out to the Mobamas.
Don't they call him like president-elect now? After
No, president-elect is when you go in there.
Okay.
Former president.
Former president. Okay,
All right, shout out to former president and former first lady, President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Hey, Riis, do they keep servants at their house in Hyde Park, you think? Like, when they come...
If they do, they throwing a hell of a party.
Man, because right? Because, like, so... I was thinking about this yesterday, and I know y'all gonna get mad at me. But I got a question, Riis. Does President Obama still live in Chicago?
Is resident? He probably is. Right.
He got a house in Chicago, and he's registered. But does he reside in Chicago? And so this was puzzling to me because they were saying that President and First Lady Michelle Obama were visiting Chicago, and while they were visiting, they voted. Now, something about visitor and voting is a little disconcerting for me, right? Because, I already got this itchy feeling about undocumented immigrants voting in municipal elections. Okay? And upon us is a municipal election. Well, coming up. And part of the reason I want to do this, I'm being a little messy. But beyond being a little messy, I'm trying to understand, why does former President Obama still vote in Chicago? Now, my first question, because I said everybody say check his driver's license. And when Virginia, you saying got dual residence, so does he get to vote in 2 places or 3 places? Because he got 3 homes. So do you get 3 votes in the country, or do you get 1 vote per person? So now so let me back up, because it's kind of a challenge for me if you say President and Michelle Obama visit Chicago, and while they're visiting Chicago, they vote. Now this is going to be another question, because then my question is, so will they be voting for mayor? And if so, who will they be voting for? But to vote in Illinois, one of my biggest questions is, do you have to be a resident? Now, so I decided to go and see. Wait a minute. I wanted to understand, what does it take to be a voter in Illinois? So I went to Cook County, because that's about as close as we could get. Here's what they say. To register to vote, you must be 1, a U.S. citizen. He meets that. Don't let President Trump answer. Riis, you do believe he's a citizen, all right? You do, right?
Of course.
Okay. At least 18 years old by the general election. You got that. A resident of your precinct at least 30 days prior to election. Resident of your precinct 30 days prior to election. But he's visiting Chicago. So did he spend 30 days at his house in Hyde Park? Or just questions.
He's a busy man, you know. He got a lot of things that he has to handle, so his attention is needed in multiple places. So
where does the plane land at the end of the day? Because he don't sleep in the air. When he says, take me home, when he pushes Uber home, where does it go? So let me ask a question. And then when he's in Chicago, does he stay in Hyde Park, or does he stay at the Ritz? Because that's why I want to know, do he keep servants? Because you know he got to have a staff. And so all my Hyde Park residents, when President Obama comes home, like, was the crib in Hyde Park cracking yesterday? Have y'all been barbecuing for the last 30 days and not told us? So let me back up, because then I figured y'all could. So I said, how does one, so what is actually a resident? Right? That's fair. So that's the county's definition. So has he stayed 30 days? Has he lived in Hyde Park? Well, I want to know what precinct he voted in. I'm going to assume the Hyde Park precinct, even though he voted at the downtown Supercenter, which means he really ain't been at his precinct, but that's okay, because he probably don't know his new polling place, because they probably took it away from him. But I'm okay. So then I say, well, let me go to the next step and just find out what is a resident. You are an Illinois resident if you domiciled in Illinois for the entire year. Your domicile is the place where you reside and the place where you intend to return after temporary absences. Well, how long is temporary? Because he's been out of the presidency almost 2 terms. When he coming back, Riis? Okay, so back up. So then I say, okay, well, maybe I don't understand what domiciled is, right? Domiciled. Reside or to be based? Is he based in Illinois? Where? At the Obama Center?
No, at his house in Hyde Park.
He's based there?
He owned. That's
No. Because he got no.
So you know how like you can be so
where does go
if
ahead.
you're in service and you you can be based out of Virginia, but when you go over to like Afghanistan,
See,
or
Reis,
something like that,
this is we're gonna name this Reis-plaining. Go ahead, Reis-plaining.
This is what it is. So he lives here, and you got to really think about it. He's a former president, so he's probably doing a lot of things with like a lot of people, like a lot of Democrats would look.
Virginia, but go ahead.
Exactly. I mean, but Chicago is cold, and he should have he should be, be able to. Like,
So when does he come to stay?
In the summertime, he may.
Would
When
he-
he's free. He's free, but like he's a former president. So
So
a
Reis,
lot of
how many
people-
days a month does President Obama spend? Does he spend? Do you think President
I don't
Obama
even think he
spends 30 days a month, a year?
I don't think he spends 30 days a year in Chicago. If he does, that is the max. I don't think he does spend 30 days in Chicago. But a lot of people, they got to use that black face to get some votes, man. So they need him. So
Oh, there go the Trumpness.
I'm sorry.
See, there go your Trump come out. There go your Trump card. So give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I know y'all sentimental, right? But this is how Ron became the mayor, right? Now, the difference, though, with Ron was he was a sitting U.S. congressman, right, for Illinois. No, he was the chief of staff. But for Illinois. President Obama got out and looked everywhere for a career but Illinois. Now, you may say, Maze, are you just being petty? No, not yet. But I do feel like if President Obama is going to be involved in local politics and be voting here, I would love to know who he's going to vote for mayor. Who did he think, I think one of the leaders of the free world would be one of the best people, because I want to know what issues in Chicago he thinks are the biggest ones besides the golf course on the lake. Right? Like, what do you think the most prominent issues for President Obama are when he votes in Illinois?
He's going to say crime. That's the easiest
No,
thing
he
to say.
can't say
That's the
crime.
easiest thing they say.
No, he's
Crime.
going to say,
Crime.
no, he can't. He's going to say because J.B. Pritzker has rebuilt the economy, because we have gone from a fiscally solid state. I mean, think about it. When President Obama was president, Illinois did not win one competitive grant. Not one. Made us for the library. That is not a library. So when Hawaii got the books, the presidential files, because we got a center, not the official presidential library. I guess my question is, is he still an Illinois resident? I mean, I'm not tripping. I think y'all sentimental though. But I think if we look at this technically, if you say he don't spend 30 days a year and it says you had to spend the last 30 days residing at Riis, that means your plane got to land here at least once a week. What? So he is above the law. It feels good. You can get a lot better presents. You can get a lot of pictures. I bet you Mayor Lightfoot going to ask if he say he voting for Sophia King. I bet she going to ask what's his residency. No, I'm just saying. If I'm running for office and I'm running, are we bad again on audio? If I'm running for office, Reis, if I'm running for office and President Obama has the potential to come to Chicago and say he's voting for my opposition, Reis, I'm going to be like, I'm contesting your ability to vote here. If I'm Willie Wilson, I'm asking. Like, come on, man. Because can you imagine, just imagine being Mayor Lori Lightfoot and President Obama comes to vote and they say, President Obama, who are you voting for? Riis. Lori Lightfoot need to get on top of that. That's free game, yo. That's free game. We don't gotta worry about Purple Rain then. That's free game though, Riis. You feel me? And when I tell you it's free game, does anybody in the race want President Obama coming in here and telling them, now he might say I'm gonna keep it to myself. But in the event that he doesn't keep it to himself, Riis, it would be a real issue. So, give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Let me check it one more time. Can y'all hear me? I know y'all can't hear me through the system, but I'm going to reinstall you, but you're not. Now you are installed. Can you hear better? All right, y'all. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Is President Obama still an Illinois resident? I know y'all feel sentimental. But is President Obama an Illinois resident? And does he, again, to be an Illinois resident, so let's just take this back to Riis. To have voted in his precinct in this last election, it had to be 30 days. You had to live there 30 days. That's the Illinois residency requirement. In his precinct. Does it still sound bad? All right, y'all. We'll check it when we come back. Why don't you reset? Turn off the switcher and then don't do it. Just do it right now. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson. So hopefully that'll be a little bit better. It's a little taste choppy. Anyway, question becomes: should President Obama vote? Y'all, is it fair for him to be able to vote? And will he influence the mayoral election? What does Lori Lightfoot say to Obama if he votes? If he says I'm supporting Sophia King? You think she gonna curse him out? You think the mayor is gonna tell President Obama Chicago don't need you coming in here minding our business? Because I'm gonna tell you, if I have anything to do with it, every single